Hey everyone, this is David. My voice is cracking before we even start. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Hot off the heels of BravoCon weekend, we are here with the one, the only. We are so lucky to have her today. Baby Gorgeous is here, Miss Sarah Farasia.
Please don't look too closely at me. I am so wrinkled. I went to BravoCon and I am exhausted. Exhausted. I stayed up all Friday night trying to get into the Four Seasons to party with all these people. Stalking Louis, stalking Gretchen, stalking Slade. Uh, Gretchen Rossi was there. Lori was there because Vicky Gunvalson was at the Bravos. She was given I got a ticket to the Bravos, which is their award show, which, by the way, has it already? I don't even know when it airs. Has it aired? Like, because they were trying like heck to get us not to use our phones. They would flash a light in front of you if you would try to use your phone at the Bravos. They did not want people to give away spoilers.
Okay, well, slow down,
Okay,
slow down. Now, I got a lot to say. So everybody, let me just first of all, welcome to my life. I'm in like a different state every day. I'm on airplanes. Now, do you have some sympathy for me when I tell you everyone's like, oh, he just says he's so tired all the time? Yeah, listen, this is the life I chose and I want. I'm not complaining, but do you actually or have some sympathy for me that I do what you just did 7 days a week? It's not always fun.
It's work for sure. And I have to shout out my friend, Justin Crawford, who you know, who is the one that got me a BravoCon VIP NBC Universal Pass. Because you guys know this, and David, you and I had talked about it. I was going to go originally, could not get a ticket the day that they were released. Like within a minute, I was waitlisted and blocked. I'm like, oh, they've got my email address. They've got my number. They don't want me to go. I mean, it was like, it didn't even make any sense. I'm like, you're telling me I can't log on like the second it turned 11 a.m. or 10 a.m.? Then I was on the VIP wait list. And then I would say 4 weeks ago, I got a email that said all VIP passes are sold out or reserved. Thank you so much. We hope to see you in 2024. And I was like, those bitches. Like, I mean, really? You're telling me everyone was jumping to pay $1,200, $1,300 for these VIP passes? I'm a little bitter. So anyhow, then at the last minute, my friend Justin goes, do you want to go to BravoCon? I was like, oh my God, I have to go. So I went all day Friday. I went all day Saturday.
He got you a pass. He hooked you up.
He hooked me up. So shout out to Justin. I'm very grateful for you. And I got to experience my first ever BravoCon. I know you've been in Vegas. It was, I have to say, when I walked in Friday morning at 10 a.m. for the Ask Andy, it was pretty amazing. The whole, you and I talk about this. I mean, the world is heavy right now. It's heavy. It's hard to read the news. It's hard to watch the news. And to see 4,000, 5,000 women, fabulous gay men, some, poor husbands that were there because it was their wives' birthdays or anniversaries. I mean, it was like they were so happy. People were shopping. They were getting free massages. They were yelling and screaming to get next to Erica Jane. I mean, it was like, oh, I love when people were filled with joy. I mean, it was great. They were drinking all day. So much for that reality reckoning. I'm not giving them drinks. These people were drinking. I mean, 9:30 a.m. People sitting next to me had Trulies. They had tequilas. But it was great to see. Everyone was friendly. You couldn't find a stranger. I would like ask people like, oh, where are you going? Or, we were exchanging phone numbers if we wanted to meet up for drinks. As you know, though, it's so busy. It's so busy. It's impossible. You think, oh, I'm going to meet up with my girlfriends at 4:00. They had panels going until 5. And then it was like, a brief break so you could go have a dinner. And then they had the Bravos and doors opened at 8. I mean, the lines were long. Please cut me off. And there's so much tea coming out of this BravoCon. So I don't know where you want to go, but I'm just saying I did love it in a way I did not anticipate. Loving it. I mean, I missed you. Like I texted you and I really wanted you to be there because I feel like you and I would have, and David, you guys already know this, but when you go to an event with David, it isn't fun. It's work. He has an agenda. He has like us on a schedule, and I did wander a lot. So he would not have liked that. But It was pretty amazing. The people there were very happy. And the stars, I mean, the Bravo celebrities looked fantastic.
We go to that homeless, not toothless. And Sarah is worried about like, what type of champagne should I have? I like literally walked away from her and I'm like, okay, I just talked to Erica for 5 minutes. Here's the tea. I got my picture. There's Crystal. I gotta go. Oh, wait, she's still in line for her champagne and she wants to know if she should get a cherry in it. I'm like, why are you drinking now? Crystal Kong is right there. Let's go see what she has to say. It's work. Now, so yes, listen, I mean, people just, my DMs were filling up all weekend. People were like, where were you? It's very simple. I mean, my story, it's like, as everybody knows, I'm a flip-flopper. Look, I had mixed feelings about going from the beginning. I made the decision that it's just not for me at this point in my career. And I would only go as either A, media, or B, with some paycheck. That's just where I am in my career. It's what's right for me. There's no attitude. And then it turns out I have a wedding in November, which I don't look at. This is because you just described how you live your life. I have everything in my head. I don't always put it in my phone. So when it's in my phone, it's there. And okay, November, and when am I doing this? And when's this concert? Then it turns out, so I had this wedding, which was out of the country. Then it turns out my good friend, the once a month crossover, Melissa Rivers, invited me to go with her. And it was kind of going to be all expenses paid too, to go with Melissa to cover it. And that's when I was like, well, now I'm interested because now I'll go if it's like Melissa Rivers and we're going to be backstage and we can get interviews and do some content. And then it's like I focused, and that's when I finally looked at the calendar 2 weeks before. And I'm like, sweetie, I actually can't go now because like I finally am just not going. I don't want to go. And I want to go with Melissa now. And it's the same weekend as this wedding, which I also ended up going to Rhode Island Comic-Con. So I had a crazy weekend myself, but it's not for me. So it's like I would have gone with Melissa and then she ended up inviting Dax instead. Sorry, Dax. I was Melissa's first choice, but I love Dax. Dax was on this podcast. I've been on Hollywood Raw. No shade there at all. I'm just not interested in going otherwise. It's just that simple. I don't mind going to an 80s convention or a 90s convention and meeting everybody from like, I kind of know these people. It's different with Bravo. It's work. And I really,
it is a lot of work.
It's either like pay me to be there, let me go as media, or I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Well,
simple.
You had warned me,
but no shade, and I'm not turning my nose about it. It's great for fans and it's great for listeners. It's wonderful. But go on.
It was awesome. It was really an amazing experience. But you had warned me that the lines were insane.